It sounds like you take all of today's music and you just like put it inside of like a pot and you just start like plucking songs out, and that's like what the album feels like. It's just like a song generator.
Another good point that you made. Is Drake creating the sound or is Drake chasing the sound?
Right,
and I think he's completely chasing the sound at this point.
Yeah, like I think it sounded a lot. I think a lot of the beats sounded like the lo-fi hip hop shit that everyone listens to now.
What's that face, Tony?
You guys are so.
He's in the camp of loving Drake album. He's so tight right now.
I'm not. I'm just shocked by you guys. 100%.
Talking about B words.
What's up?
You guys listen to these new albums? All these rappers like to drop bitch left and right.
I love it. I love it all. It's all beautiful. Drake and Kanye. I know we all listened and got off the hype. I know I did. But
got off the hype.
Got my notes.
Yeah,
God.
He got notes. Let's start with you, No Boy. Listen, let's see what the Hobbit got.
I had 2 songs.
Oh, here we go.
I had 2 songs in the Kanye album that I actually thought were like, all right. Jail. I actually like that one. I thought it was I think that it was I think actually his rapping on that one kind of killed the song for me. I liked all the build up to that. But the song's all right. The song's not bad. And I liked Believe What I Say, even though it had that real weird fucking outro. And I also think it's kind of funny to hear Kanye rapping, "Don't let the lifestyle drag you down." Let's see, Junior, whatever that one is. My note here just says Basuda, so I don't think I like that one very much.
Basura.
Why'd you make that face, Tony? You don't know what song that is?
No, I was shocked by it. Like I thought he was gonna say something fucking amazing, something good, and he basura. Like damn. I know you don't like Kanye, but fuck.
The corny ass like writing and praise God. I need a new girl. My old one was mean.
You're mean.
Yeah, some doughy shit.
Yeah, it is. No, facts. Meanie.
Yeah, fuck mean people. Right?
Meanie.
I don't know. Doughy's so mean. He steals my boxes in Metal Gear. Piece of shit.
Hey, what was that? What was that speech in Donda?
I don't know. I think it was just his mom talking shit.
Was it his mom? I was assuming
Donda's
it was
his mom's name.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell from the album, where they they allude to that hundreds of times.
Yep.
Yeah, it was in honor of his.
I'm not saying talking shit. She was just giving some type of monologue.
It was in honor of his late mother. The whole album.
What do y'all got for the Kanye album?
I feel like go ahead.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's bloated. Some of the songs are way too long. The whole album is too long. Although it might be better than CLB. I definitely don't like that you cannot see who's featuring on the track. It's like CLB and this album are like complete opposites. Like CLB seems a little more trimmed, a little more polished, even though it's not as good as Donda. Donda has some better producing on it, but it just feels like he really recorded this in the Mercedes and the amphitheater, wherever he was at. It really sounded like he didn't have enough time to like trim this down and really make it a listenable album. It has some good songs though. Playboi Carti's on it twice. They have a Baby Keem feature on there that's pretty good.
I knew you would like that. I knew it.
Yeah, I like Baby Keem a lot, man. I feel like up and coming, very good rap. I like him. So I don't like that you just can't see who's on what track though. Like I just have to remember, you know what I mean? I think that's kind of weird the way Kanye does that.
In Doughy's defense, of the 4 hours of music that I had to listen to leading up to this podcast, I would say I would rather listen to the Baby Keem album out of all of them because it's only 53 minutes long. and the others are an hour and a half and an hour and 45 minutes. So I could get through it faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe
I
in
love that Kanye's album got the reputation of being long, and Drake's album is like in the same fucking ballpark. They're long as shit. I don't know why these albums are so fucking long. I personally felt like both of the albums were too fucking long, and Kanye's was even more ridiculous in that some of the tracks towards the end of the album, they're almost like they almost feel like reimaginings of songs we already heard in the album.
There were 4 part 2 songs or 3 part 2 songs at the end of the.
yes.
And it's just like you could have just like cut the songs in half and just put them together and just call it one track. You could have done that probably for all the songs. Like they were just way too fucking long. For me, way too many fucking features. I'm not a big like I want to like when I sit down to listen to somebody's album, like I want to listen to that person's album. I want to listen to that person's music. It's a little boring to me that like every fucking track I need to listen to some other artist that I'm not actually interested in. Like I didn't come here to listen to fucking Andre 3000 or Keem or you know Playboi Carti or any of these people, right? Like I said that I listen to a Kanye album. It's like I ain't trying, you know what I'm saying? So I always find that shit annoying when it seems a trend of the last few years where all these hip hop albums, every fucking track is featuring somebody. Your whole album you got a feature. It's like it's fucking ridiculous. Drake's did the same bullshit too. Every fucking song is almost it got a feature on like every track. It feels so lazy to me. I don't know. And anyways, comparing the two albums,
Jay-Z's verse on that. Jay-Z's verse on that Drake album
it was
garbage.
Yeah, it was so trash. I love Jay-Z. I'm not
it's
like
what it's what you said though. It's what you said. Go ahead and say it again, Pujo. How Jay-Z raps when he's on.
Yeah, when you put Jigga on a record with somebody that like you might not know of too much, he likes to go off and you know, he'll make a good verse, good good bars, all that shit, and it'd be fire. But there be certain people like where Jigga feels too cool. You know, he'll you put him on a song with Nas or you put him on a song with Kanye, and he's just like, yeah, like, all right, if y'all listen to the Nas shit, y'all already know what I could do. So like I don't even need to show out. Like I'm too cool for this. I'm gonna just not say anything for 17 bars. It's like, all right, like I'm stuck listening to you. He was even doing like the mumble rap thing. Dude, like when he's just rapping for half the bar and then just stopping, you're just like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing here.
My notes on that song in particular say, why is this album so lo-fi and mumbly? Even Jay-Z is crashing out.
Yeah, so I was disappointed in that because Jigga and Kanye have some really good songs too. So it's like, I don't know. It's a little lame. But I personally think that the Kanye album was better than the Drake album. Just musically, it was just more pleasant to listen to.
I think it was more interesting. I think a lot of the Drake songs just sounded the same. Like you could skip just between songs randomly and it would sound like the same fucking song.
Yeah, the one thing that I the first impression I had, I was like, wow, this sounds like a generic Drake album. I don't know how to like this. Just sounds like what you would expect from Drake. It's just everything you would ever expect.
It sounds like you take all of today's music and you just like put it inside of like a pot and you just start like plucking songs out, and that's like what the album feels like. It's just like a song generator.
Another good point that you made. Is Drake creating the sound or is Drake chasing the sound? Right, and I think he's completely chasing the sound at this point.
Yeah, like I think it sounded a lot. I think a lot of the beats sounded like the lo-fi hip hop shit that everyone listens to now.
What's that face, Tony?
You guys are so.
He's in the camp of loving Drake album. He's so tight right now.
I'm not. I'm just shocked by you guys. 100%. Especially by you, Doe. Especially by you.
Yeah, I am shocked by Doe a little bit here.
Because the music you listen to is the exact shit that you're complaining about right now, which is fucking mind-boggling.
Bro,
right?
I'm not listen, I'm not going to stand on like listen, I listen to a lot of music, whether it be good or bad. I'm trying to look for new music. I just look and I explore, and it's very fun for me to find new music. So sometimes I will admit some of it is not that great, but that's what it takes to be a DJ and find
Those
the new.
like, but it's original. Okay, it
I
may not be great, but it's original.
I
But
like Knife Talk. I was that track was all right.
With Project Pat.
uh, I'm
Project
just
Pat
saying
and
though,
21
like
Savage.
you're like the shit that you be saying, like you don't that you hate or whatever. I think you're listening to music that you call great right now that has that same style. That's why it's shocking to me that you don't like the Drake, but you like Kanye's more. Because I'm the complete opposite. I like Drake's album more than I like Kanye's album. Kanye album is good. The problem I have with Kanye's album is that it's a lot more musical than it is vocals on a lot of the tracks. And that's why these tracks are so fucking long. I don't, maybe I like the older Kanye, but I don't mind this new Kanye. But then again, it's probably like that because it's a tribute more to his mother. So that's why it's like that. That's why I'm accepting it. And who am I? I'm just a regular guy. I listen to it, but I'm saying like, for me, that's why I listen to it and I respect the album. But I like Drake's album because, and I don't think they all sound the same. Granted, this whole album it's its own thing, so maybe the blending of how it sounds is the same. But Champagne Poetry, fire. Love it. The Way Too Sexy with Future and Young Thug, that shit threw me off a little bit, but I got it. It's not it has like that lo-fi hip hop type sound, but it's catchy. Like that's the thing with Drake.
I hated the hook in that song so much, and I thought that was a weird song for them to reference that too sexy. Yeah, but I was like, this is weird. That's what my note says.
And that whole In the Bible's also another good one that I like. And
I wrote 3 Z's.
that's crazy. And how Drake makes albums and shit, and why they make money and why they're always like charting. It's because he does go with the time. Drake is really good with riding the algorithm, riding the wave. That's why Drake sells so much every time he drops an album. That's why these people go hard and go hype for it. The man does great music. Does he copy a lot of people's flows and does it in his own way? Yes, he does. But that's why he's a great artist. So a lot of people don't like him. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't fuck with him or not. But, Knife Talk's great. I like 7 a.m. Bridal Path. That shit was great.
I like the opening track of the album. I thought the
Champagne
production
Poetry.
on that, right? I thought that was dope. There was another song. I forgot to grab the title from it. It's straight up, I don't remember, but the flow, he's jacking the Rick James track. I liked it because I like the flow. And I love Rick James. I forget the
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the song. If I go back and play it, I'll play you the parts where it sounds just like the Rick James track, and then I'll play the Rick James track, so you could go, "Oh shit, he definitely jacked the flow." But I mean, I liked it. I don't know if it was an intentional tribute or not, but it sounded cool. I don't know. It just felt too samey for me. Like I played like 17, whatever, how long the album was. It felt like endless, like 20 tracks or some shit, and it was like every song sounded similar to the last to me, and that shit gets a little boring when albums are like that. It feels like there's like different styles of artists, right? You got the artist that goes into the studio and they make their whole fucking album, and then you got the other artist that takes years before they decide to sit down and make their album. And so the tracks that they're incubating are, they were taken over some period of time, so they kind of all got different vibes, and I find like when the artist goes into the studio and they just put their album right down in there, I feel like you end up with tracks that are samey because they got to fill the album out,
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what it feels like to me, really both of the albums, but Kanye is way less, just because like his production is far more interesting. Personally, I like music, So it being more musical is good for me. The fact that the beats are fire. There's a cinematicness.
He has
to,
great beats. Yeah.
right, and there's like a grandness or cinematicness to his music.
Yes,
Like
I agree.
he's trying to give you a feeling as you're listening to the music. Like he wants this part to hit like emotional, it's gonna hit emotional. And I think that's cool. Like that
What is
he's
it?
making fucking music. You
Like
know what I'm saying? And Drake shit just doesn't do it for me. Drake
I felt
shit
like-
just sounds like all the music of today, which is why I would expect. That's why I'm kind of with you, Tony. I'm like a little shocked Doughy didn't like it as much because he likes a lot of the current music. So if to me the fact that Drake's music sounds so current, I feel like he would have liked it more, even though maybe it's not as original. But
I got this is not to like suck my own cock over here, but I stay ahead of the curve. So what you might see as current,
You're
I
sucking your
probably-
cock hard right now, sir.
I always am. So what you think is current, I'm probably listening to the next sound.
So
that's
Baby
coming.
Keem is that next sound?
It's a little Narnia.
I'm gonna be,
Yeah,
you
Lil
were talking
Narnia.
about Lil Narnia.
It's literally
You
the
got
same
Deco,
shit.
you got Yami Online, you got a lot of these artists that are not known yet, but they're getting a lot of play, and they're like that sound is very next.
That's that sound.
No, there's no Yami Online on CLB or Donda. Listen, just look up a Yami Online
yeah,
song.
I don't know those artists.
And
so
then
I
thank me
can't
later.
comment on it.
Yeah, there's a Vocaloid.
It just
It's a
steals
robot
fucking
that
Drake shit.
they're arranging a robot's voice on a beat, and it's just so dope. So like there's stuff like that. But I for me, CLB didn't do it for me. Like it takes too long to get started. I started really jamming at like TSU and Into Deep, and that's like the 8th and 9th song into the album. And so I'm like, for me, it was me just waiting for the album to really start. I didn't really like any of the beginning songs. The first song's good. I wasn't really feeling Way Too Sexy like that. Then you got No Friends in the Industry. That's the high point for me. It's right when it's that should have been in the beginning of the album. For me, the album starts out way too slow, in my opinion.
I thought the first track was great.
No, the first track is great, but for me, it's I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 really is where the album for me started. I didn't really like anything else before that. And then you got the Ty Dolla $ign, and then for me, that was it. I was checked out. I got like maybe 4 or 5 good songs on there. I thought it was okay, a decent album, but I feel like I don't know, it's Drake. You got what you got. If you really enjoy Drake and you really enjoy like his shtick and how he does things and brings a lot of featuring artists and chases other people's sounds, then that's for you. But for me, I like a little bit more authenticity in my rapper. And I feel like Kanye did that a little bit better. Even though there are problems with that album. I don't like that album too much, but it's better than CLB.
What album?
Production wise, I was telling them that CLB takes way too long to get started, in my opinion. For me, it starts at like Way Too Sexy, and then like it starts to go up, and then it literally like peaks at No Friends in the Industry and Knife Talk, and then for me, it's on its way back down after that, and like there's only like maybe 4 or 5 good songs for me on CLB that I'm like, okay, I can dig this.
I can't disagree with that, because honestly, like my comments on everything up to Way Too Sexy is that it's sleepy. Way Too Sexy is the first song where I'm like, oh, this is more upbeat.
Yes. So I feel like it doesn't really wake up or start until like the middle of the CD. And then like you have some high points, and then it just starts to shoot back down after like track 17. 17 is nice. I like Ty Dolla $ign on anything that he does.
17
So I
is
feel like
too many tracks to have on a single album.
that too, that as well. I used to be in the camp of give me as much as you can. I'm like, I need that. You know what I mean? I need as much. Now I've realized there's like you can't bloat your album out like that. Also,
it's called
track
quantity
length.
over quality. That's what it's called.
Also track length, because my problem with Donda is track length. When you got a song that's fucking 11 minutes long, 8 minutes. What are we doing here? Like, I'm good off of that.
Donda doesn't
And
have
then-
any music, any song that's over, not even over 5 minutes and 48 seconds.
Oh my God, Tony, I'm looking at the album right now. There is an 11 minute and 31 second song.
Look at it.
There
Look at
is
it again,
an
because that's
8-minute and 59-minute song.
Mm-mm.
There's a
Look at
6-minute
it
long
again.
song.
Tony's looking at
5 minutes and 33. 5 minutes and 39, 4 minutes and 3 seconds.
Hold on,
These
I'm gonna hit
songs
it
are
right
very
now.
long. In my opinion, no song should be longer than 3 minutes and a half at max. That shit is it's too repetitive. I'm mentally checked out at that point. Unless you're doing something where you're changing the beat up and like kind of just subverting expectations, kind of.
Yeah, I love that he has a song, Jesus Lord. It's fucking 9 minutes long. And then he follows it up with Jesus Lord Part 2. And he one ups it. He goes 11 and a half, 11 minutes and 30 seconds on the track.
I don't count those as an actual like
You think he finished that song and he's like, wait, no, I got more. I got
More.
so much more. Roll
That's
that
like
beat
that-
back.
That's like that Dewey Cox shit. That one era of Dewey Cox where he could never finish that song. He had giraffe noises. He had Shaka Zulu people. He had everybody on the track. A goat. He was just like the goat. And he was telling the goat, no, man, I need it better.
That's Kanye in the studio right there.
Yes.
For sure.
I'll still
Um,
say CLB is better than the Kanye in my personal.
Did
In
you
my-
guys see
That's fine.
Did you guys see the text message that leaked between Kanye and his producer?
No.
So apparently it's known that Kanye overworks his producers. Like he has them in there working like
I can believe that.
slaves.
Yeah, I can believe
So
that.
like apparently this one producer overslept one day and woke up too late. Yo, Kanye said, "Yo, nah, I'm not dealing with you no more." He said, "Go find Jesus. When you find Jesus, then you can come back." He texted this guy this shit. So everybody is telling anytime anybody tells them something, like, "Go find Jesus, and when you find him, then you can come back to me."
That's terrible.
That's fucking amazing.
Yo, that guy has severe mental illness. It's very sad.
So, I don't know. In listening to this album, I got like this thought of like, back in the day, I used to be excited for music. Like I remember when between Jay-Z albums, when he's like, "Yo, I'm going back into the studio." Like I used to genuinely be hyped, like to hear the next album. Like who's like what artists that that are making music right now that you actually have feelings
Playboi
like that?
Carti.
So when Playboi Carti goes back in the studio, you're hyped to hear the next shit.
Yeah,
right?
which I don't believe his album is coming out tomorrow. Everybody's like, "Oh, there's an album coming out next week or some shit like that." It's fucking bullshit. A real Playboi Carti fan, yo, if he comes out with an album tomorrow, I'll give all of y'all $10.
No, you can
It's
just buy
been less than a year since his last album, right?
It's December 25th was when his last album came out, and he's definitely not dropping another album. With how long his album rollouts are just the worst. It's the worst. It's like one of those videos where the something is about to happen, but they don't ever let you see what's about to happen. It's only B-roll of the lead up to that thing happening, and it's either like a car crashing or like a guy with a whip, and it's just a bunch of stuff, but you never see the actual album.
It's a lot of build up, never, the
Yeah,
hit.
dude, and you just get exhausted being a fan, and you're just like, nah, nigga, it's not happening.
I don't know.
Yo, there's a post. They said even if God came down from the heavens himself and told me that Carti was coming out with an album tomorrow, I wouldn't believe it.
I don't understand why do people get so hype off of him? Like
Who, Playboi Carti?
Yeah, like what's the hype? Is it like a same Travis Scott hype? Like what's the hype behind him?
There's definitely like a mosh pit like a festival aspect of it. He makes really good like festival music, mosh pit music, just real hype, just bouncy, just fun. I like it a lot.
I know when he dropped out, when he first came out, you and Zeus was jumping around like fucking banshees and shit, and monkeys was fucking just doing crazy
That
shit.
was when his first single came out. You know, I really rock.
Yeah, I was just
No, even when the first album dropped, I remember Doughy was like, "Oh my god, it came out tonight! It came out tonight!" And I had to watch this. He was just hopping around. I'm like, "What is he fucking doing?"
That was when we rented out that apartment, and
he
I
almost broke the house.
I was opening and closing the cabinets in the kitchen,
slamming shit.
Yo,
my favorite is Doughy would do all of that, come through with the fucking break the house down energy, and at the end of the album be like, "That was not a good album. It didn't hit like it was supposed." Like, bitch, did you just see yourself? Like, you were hyped like never before.
Did you
like,
see
I don't
the
get
house?
this shit.
Did you see that? This man almost broke a pool table.
Yo, you don't remember? I was trying to make the shot on the pool table, so I sat on it, and I kind of the whole pool table moved and cracked.
Mind you, Lisi's in the kitchen trying to clean up, and Doughboy is throwing ping pong balls at her. All in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Bing, bing. She got so tight, she turned around and Pucho was like,
I was like,
"Yo, Doughboy, chill out, my nigga. You wilding right now. Chill out." And Doughboy's just still... I'm laughing at this whole situation, mind you. I ain't stopping this man's happiness.
I have not gotten that excited about anything in a long damn time. Not since I was a child, I don't think. I can't even understand that level of excitement anymore.
yeah. It's because I lost my childhood.
Due to the Jehovah's.
Yeah, so now I'm just living out everything that I should have done when I was a
Tony,
kid.
you were supposed to play like the world's saddest violin right there. I lost my childhood.
Trust me, the soundboard's coming next episode. We're gonna make sure that we have all the crickets for Doe.
Facts. No crickets. No crickets. Come on, don't do the crickets. The crickets is the most evil thing you could do to somebody.
Maybe what you need to do is hit him with the crickets, and in our pre-recordings, so that he could come through with the extra lively energy, so that he never gets hit with the crickets.
Facts.
You got to just threaten the crickets,
Yeah, let him know that it's there.
Yo, that might be a way to produce. You're right.
So that's the One Up podcast recommendation. Instead of listening to either of these albums, just go watch Marvel's What If. It's better.
Yeah,
it's a better use of your time.
There's also something else that I forgot to mention. Carlos Mencia. Did he steal the jokes? Did he not steal the jokes?
All right,
3
boys.
episodes in a row. You know what you should
discuss.
do? Instead of listening to the album, you should do like Tony and watch a YouTube video of someone listening to the album instead.
It's called reaction videos.
It's a thing.
Reaction videos are cheesy.
Depends. But I think that's it for the one up today, boys. I think we kind of one up ourselves in many ways.
Did we?
Nah, probably not. But for all the fans and the viewers and the listeners out there, we appreciate you. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. Notify yourself when we drop something with fire. Fire flames. We try to one-up ourselves as much as we can, and we want y'all to one-up yourselves. More importantly, that subscribe button is the way you one-up yourself. Hit it. Don't be afraid. Just tap it.
Tony's giving us the Kanye album of outros. It just keeps going and going.
But no, we appreciate
I'm just
you
glad
guys.
he didn't call them hot vids like he did. Well, we're dropping them hot vids.
Hey, people
We
like them.
love to drop hot vids.
I
was like, oh man, I was shaking my head no already, but then he said we're dropping fire and flames. I was like, all right, I can take that.
It's a switch. I'm switching it up. I never stay the same. But now we appreciate you guys. And like always, go one up yourself.